What's going on, Muscle Monsters? Alain Gonzalez here, and today I want to give you 5 tips guaranteed to put size on you. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Tip number 1, eat more food. I cannot stress this enough. If you are looking to put on size and you're not eating enough, it's just not going to happen. In order to build muscle maximally, we must be in a caloric surplus. This means we are consuming more energy than we are expending. So if you're not gaining size or gaining weight, then you're just not eating enough. It doesn't matter if you're already eating 4,000 calories per day. If your weight is not going up, you, my friend, are not in a caloric surplus, and you absolutely must eat more food. Tip number 2, lift heavier. There was a study where they compared a high rep group, moderate rep group, and a low rep group. Volume was the same all across the board, and they found that the low rep group and the moderate rep group both produce significantly more hypertrophy than the high rep group. And this is simply due to intensity, because again, volume across the board was the same, but the guys doing high rep work were simply not training heavy enough to maximize muscle hypertrophy. Tip number 3, track your lifts. The main pathway by which we build muscle is progressive overload, increasing the volume slowly over time, right? This can be done through more reps or heavier weight, and to a degree more sets. But unless you know what you've been doing, you don't know if you're actually progressing. At first, it's going to be easy because we just add more weight to the bar, but after a while, it's going to become more and more hard to gauge. So this is why I recommend tracking your lifts using an app, writing it down, however it is that you see fit, but you must track your lifts. Once you start tracking, you're going to go into the gym each day with a goal, and that goal is to perform better than you did last time. Tip number 4, track your weight daily. If we, for example, weigh in every single Friday, there is a chance that we might be eating enough, but the scale will not reflect that. Here's what I mean. You might weigh in at 150 pounds this Friday and then 149.7 next Friday, and you're gonna assume, hey, I'm not gaining weight. It's really not the case, especially as you get further into your lifting career and the gains slow down. So that same person could have, on average, actually been gaining weight, but just because they chose to have one weigh-in day to compare, they weren't able to see if they're actually progressing or on the right track. So what I recommend is track your weight daily. Every single morning, under the same circumstances, take your weight. At the end of the week, get an average of all your weigh-ins for that week and see what that average is. Now, every week, you're gonna track the average and compare it to the last week. If that average is going up, this means you're eating enough, you're in a surplus. If it's not going up, then you need to eat a bit more. Continue to do that, and anytime you stall, just increase the calories. And tip number 5, start undulating the rep ranges. If you train in just the 8 to 12 rep range, you are doing yourself a huge injustice. At a certain point, it's going to be a lot harder to add more reps or add more weight. And this is where we need to introduce new adaptations. This is why I recommend maybe having a heavy day and then a moderate day. So for example, one day you might train for strength, and with the mechanical stress of the heavier weight, you're gonna get stronger. And so that strength is gonna spill over to your 8 to 12 rep range, where you're doing more muscle damage and increasing hypertrophy that way. But also, because you are training heavier, that is, again, progressive overload. So you're building muscle. The new muscle you add will in turn make you stronger when you're training in the lower rep ranges, and they kind of just create this cycle of non-stop gains. So that's what I recommend. Those are my 5 tips guaranteed to put size on you. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, click the like button below. Subscribe for more videos if you haven't already. Make sure to grab Mass in a Flash. It's completely free. The link will be down below. Go there, put your name and your email address, You'll get instant access to that, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.